I mind my own business, and what people say is not my problem. If I'm being judged, it reflects the person who's judging me and not who I am.
I do feel low at times, and I feel lost at times, but it is always because of someone whom I know. There is nothing called Samaj, there is nothing called the world for me.
I don't think society is going to ever stop. So I don't think one can ever feel bad about it. Yes, it can affect and have an impact. But no, girl, wear your lipstick and shine.
In my small way, I am trying to be as inclusive as I can. Thanks to my mother or interesting women that I have met.
Usually when we are sent a screener to watch right before an interview, we watch barely an episode for formality, but when I started watching Oops Up Kya, trust me when I say this, today entire morning I have watched and I am done with all 8 episodes.
Wow.
That's the magic. I was done with 6 episodes and then Rushti texted me, we're 45 minutes late. I was like, great. I was like, I'll complete it. And I finished it. I just finished it, drove here and came.
How lovely is that?
I loved
amazing.
it. I loved it. I'm telling
That's
you,
so
we
amazing.
just watch it. I have forgotten about my intro also. I'm so excited.
That's
but,
so amazing.
you know, because we watch it when we're not reviewing it.
Yeah.
To be honest, for the interview, we watch one episode to get a gist.
Yeah.
और हम आके झूठ बोलते हैं कि हाँ हाँ 2-3 देखा अच्छा लगा and all that, but trust me when I say this, I watched all. You can ask me the ending. I won't reveal it, but it was so entertaining and it was so fresh that I have craved to watch something so light-hearted but at the same time very heartwarming like this. It had every emotion, you know. It had a very nice love story, 2 in fact, 3 in fact. I am forgetting the count now. It had a very nice mother-daughter nanny relationship which, you know, people like me crave to watch, and it had so much to look forward to. So it also had like a thrilling thing going on.
Yeah.
So it was like a full 2 package. But I have only spoken so much. You guys tell me, how do you feel now that you're done and the release is so near? How do you feel? Are you all excited now?
I'm now very excited after
Very
hearing
excited?
this.
Yeah.
ये सुन के मैं बहुत excited हो चुकी हूँ. Thank you so much, because it just, that's our purpose, right? As
Yeah,
actors and
yeah.
as creative artists, that we want it to, you know, the audience to love it. And you are right now our first audience who's seen all the entire
Absolutely,
series.
you are our first audience. We are so excited.
I got so excited in the morning. I was like, "Kaam gaya baad mein." This was also work
This is
for
a
me.
compliment
But
itself.
yeah, but no, because you know, when you, especially with the web space, it's considered second screen. सबको पता है. हमारे हाथ में phone रहता है सामने, या तो वो smart TV में चालू है या laptop में चालू है. I have the freedom to switch on my phone and do whatever. People watch. I have seen my dad watch reels while the TV is going on and a web show is playing.
Even on big screen.
And I'm like, and I'm like, Papa, please show some respect, because I'm from this field, so I take this very personally. I'm like, please concentrate and watch it. So, in a time like this, how important do you feel is it to make something that's attention worthy and that will also get on every attention of even the younger audiences, because they are just not there anymore?
Yeah.
So to begin with, we understand the limitation of our profession. We are mere actors. So our job is to deliver the emotion as perfect as it can be, because we choose subjects, we choose projects. We are not the makers. Personally, I count myself as the best chief AD, because whatever I think I have to suggest, I go up to my directors and suggest them. But it is up to them to accept it or reject it.
True.
So what we can do is choose, be sincere to our sensibilities and choose what we like. And don't try anything unnecessarily cliche where I feel that I don't like it, but I did it. And you know, such incidences have happened where I have felt, oops, that one senior actor just responded that, "Arey, I don't like acting." Then I said, "Why do you do it then?" So the actor said, "For money." And I felt so bad that, oh my God, some actors are really, they're good actors and they're dying to find work, and why do you do it just because you got that opportunity? So having said that, all we can do is being true to our passion.
True.
है ना?
That is very, very true. I feel art is one such field. Like I can see a CA saying I do it for money. I can see a businessman saying, but when an artistic person, like even when a talk show host says that I'm just doing it for the money, I don't really like it, I would die from inside. I would be like, give it to me. I would do it with all my passion.
Imagine.
That is so true. But what about you?
I think as artists we do choose the right projects and the subjects that we align with, and definitely I think it's very important to read the current affairs and what kind of trend, especially your question is related to youngsters, and of course we are so impatient to even skip the 5-second skip intro online, right? And constantly consuming. So of course that's a task, but how do we do that? I think it's by choosing the right subjects that will, what you're reading and how you are, you just understand that, okay, the pulse of the audience might like this. So I think, but again, it's a limitation that's it. That's where we can, that, we trust and submit to that, that potential of that subject, that, this aligns with me and my understanding of the current affair of my generation, or the world that we live in, and perhaps if it's made well, it will land with the audience. So I think that's the best that we can do, and when we are at work, we can just be passionately driven and do the best that we can.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that our choices landed and you watched the entire season.
No, agreed. Abhay, what about you? While I was watching the show, I was like, I want every man from today's generation to take notes on how to be a nice person, on how to be a nice partner. Of course, everyone has shades of grey. We're all human beings. But despite that, the way your character handles each and every situation, it's really nice to see. Also, you got that human side out, to your role, and you were really sweet and cute. So what was going on in your mind, and did you know when you were playing it that this would, as Shweta said, this would land, right?
I mean, I was not thinking about that, but definitely that's what I was saying, that like Ruhi's character, Ruhi, artificial insemination ki wajah se she gets pregnant, and then it's all about because in a way he has to let go of an idea of masculinity in certain way, I feel, because you feel that if you have your own kid, if you have reproduced like your kid, and then you prove your masculinity. And the funny thing, he's a cop on the other side, which is like supposed to be like alpha in a way. And here it's a completely different side which comes out, because for his love for Ruhi's character, there are a lot of ideas which he needs to sacrifice. He needs to let go of a lot of things, and which is never an easy process. But his love for her makes him do all those things, and I feel like that felt also like a very nice thing. And I think the credit also goes to the writer and the director and the whole team of it, who really, because if you see the character in the original Jane the Virgin, it's played in a certain way. But in the Indian version, there's an edge to it, which is like, because there's a Mumbai cop, thoda gali deta hai, like all those things are there. So I think we have found a very nice Indianization of that character. So yeah.
Certainly, no, that is so true. What I liked about you two, and of course, 3 generations, and no, like I also come from a progressive family where we don't judge each other. Like we also have had so many situations where it would have been very easy for my mom to turn around and say that you're wrong and you're on your own, and people will judge me. They won't judge you. You live in Bombay, so go away. She hasn't done that, just like you. She has made sure that she has shown us the right path, but at the same time been there with us. How in real life, how difficult is it to handle all of that? Because I know personally also you guys are very strong, very independent, and you all have this thing from within that if we believe in something, we will stand by it. But sometimes the noises around you are so strong, especially for women. You're judged so quickly, especially when you are in a field like acting. How do you tackle that and deal with it? Are there low days?
No.
Lovely.
None. I mind my own business, and what people say is not my problem. If I'm being judged, it reflects the person who's judging me and not who I am. I'm a human being and I choose to do this. I have a very solid support system through my mom, my family and my friends, and amazing people that I collaborate with and I work with, and I'm so happy with my choices of people I associate with because I'm learning and growing every day. And if somebody is going to turn around and judge that, I don't think society is going to ever stop. So I don't think one can ever feel bad about it. Yes, it can affect and have an impact, but no, girl, wear your lipstick and shine. Yeah, somebody's judging you, so let it be. No, I don't have any low days.
Wow.
I do have low times.
Huh.
I feel tired. I don't know how to put it. But you know, you feel exhausted because one, you are an actor. Secondly, you have your interpersonal relationships with your team, your circle. So there are moments when you feel tired that how has this taken place? Where did this come from? And I try to be as human as I can, and as Shweta said, I also have a very strong support system. I always feel that I am nobody if my team is not in place. I represent my team.
Yeah.
Be it my assistant, my makeup artist, my cook, my daughter, my husband, everyone matters because they keep adding energy to you.
Yeah.
So I do feel low at times and I feel lost at times, but it is always because of someone whom I know. There is nothing called Samaj, there is nothing called the world for me. It is people whom I know, and the way people interact, the way they interact and they exchange energies.
I think the environment you choose is very important. I think the people you choose in your life is extremely important, and sometimes, of course, there will be people that you meet that are not aligning with your, you don't vibe with them, and maybe you don't match the frequency, but that's okay. I think, but the people around you should be, the music should be so loud that the noise does not matter.
That,
I think
that is true.
throughout the interviews I have realized like how strong they are in real life.
Yes.
That is the reason they can bring certain kind of strength to the characters which they play, because every answer which they give, when the question is asked, I'm thinking, okay, the way they respond is completely in some other direction, and which is like showing like how strong they are, how independent they are, and it's yeah. Anyway.
Kind of you.
Thank you.
So sweet. No, but when, as he rightly mentioned, when you play a strong character, like I remember in Love Sitara also, your role was so beautiful.
Thank you.
It was so strong. At the same time, she was so emotional and she was very sensitive about other people's feelings as well. Even here, you were someone who got pregnant out of wedlock, who accepted, owned it, and who has been so chilled out about it, has given such a nice upbringing to her daughter and just muted every sound around her. How much do you relate to your character, and if in real life something like this happened, how would you actually react? Because I spoke to Neena Gupta recently and she had a similar situation in real life.
Right.
And she explained how terrible people around her, especially the time that happened 30 years back, how terrible people around her made her feel. She was not given work, people didn't talk to her, she had no support system. And she also,
Hats off to her.
yeah,
God, she's
she also revealed Satish Kaushik, he's not here with us anymore, but he offered to marry her.
Right, I remember this.
Because she was pregnant and nobody was there. Of course, she didn't take it because he was a very dear friend of hers. But so much she had to go through because of this one thing. How do you think? What do you think about this?
In my small way, I am trying to be as inclusive as I can. Thanks to my mother or interesting women that I have met. A small thing like we used to have haldi kumkum at home, and my mother always made a difference by inviting her different caste friends.
Oh, nice.
They could be, I don't like calling them servants or maids, but they were different caste.
Got it.
There were women who didn't have, whose husband has died. So my mother has invited such women too. And I feel this is a rebel, and this is such a constructive tradition that she is following. I have followed that, and I have seen to it that my friends who are not married, separated, divorced, widowed, any caste, any religion should be there, because I love having such traditions. And it is not about the haldi kumkum, but it is about that touch, that look in the eye, and telling each other that we are there, you know. So I like following these small things, standing by someone, asserting someone's life, telling them that, you know, you have to make your husband work because he's a good guy, just that he's drinking too much. You shouldn't let the case go. Try to get him back on track. So I keep doing things in my capacity. Things have not been that drastic where I have stood for, or they might have been, but I am liking the way that I have chosen, and I am proudly walking on my path.
So lovely.
Yeah, that is such a nice, you know, thought to even take away. So I'll be taking that away from you. But you know, as ma'am said, Shweta, there are just so many things going around that you need to really focus on your work. Like I know for a matter of fact that no matter how strong you are, sometimes be it social media, be it media reports, without even checking, they print articles about celebrities. You guys might have dealt with it. How do you explain yourself to not focus on those things and just keep working?
Keep working. I don't explain myself. Why should I? See, again, it's the same thing that yeah, Abhi, I've chosen to be in this line where I know I'm going to be in front of camera, not just when I'm acting, but also my life and my personal life will be discussed. And you know, what I put on social media will be seen, shared multi-folds as compared to any other girl from my school or from my vicinity or from my neighborhood or anybody else in the world. I have chosen this. तो अब जब ये मेरा choice है कि मुझे अच्छे कपड़े पहनने हैं and I want to wear the nice clothes and, you know, wear the good makeup and post a certain kind of photos, I can't complain if somebody is looking at me and sharing my photos. I also want my life to be out there and people to discuss me, and then I want, oh, but don't discuss that. Of course people are going to discuss. So I have chosen this with everything, and this is, and also I think my privilege is that I've grown up around this. You know, I mean, I remember after Iqbal, my 10th grade exams were discussed in media.
Yeah.
So, you know, and what I was doing was discussed in school, and what I was doing in school was discussed in my press conferences for Makde and Iqbal. So, I have that privilege of knowing and growing with this. But I've chosen this. ऐसा नहीं है ना कि it's an obligation that has come to me. So, I don't really care. All I care about is the work that I do. That I have absolute no compromise, and that's a non-negotiable. That the work that I do and the choice that I make in the whatever roles I choose and the projects I do, वहाँ मुझे, I can't do a 99, I do my 100. And everything else is so transitory in nature anyway. Even the hits and successes so transitory. अभी कोई series और show हल्ला मचा रहा है, अगले महीने कुछ दूसरा series आएगा, वो हल्ला मचाएगा. So success and failure is so transitory in nature कि आप उस पे नहीं ध्यान दे सकते. So, work is very important for me, but I keep saying it's a part of my life. It's not my life. There's so many other things in my life. You know, like I'll share a very small success story with all of you today, which really matters to me. मैंने 3-4 महीने पहले ना मेरे bedroom में bird feeder लगाया था. 2 bird feeders that I'd put up, and I saw no birds. This morning I saw a sparrow that came and it was eating from my bird feeder, and I felt so happy. So there are different things in life that can really light up your day. It can not be the hits and successes and oh इसने ये बोल दिया and अरे वाह इतने followers बढ़ गए. You really can't live. I don't live by that.
you know, there are so many more things I would want to ask, but they'll kill me, as you all can see. So I'll just, you know, end it right here, because I know we will meet again when part 2 comes. It's coming, right? It has to come. See, guys.
Thank you so much.
It has to come, because you all have left us very excited. And now we'll be upset if it doesn't come.
Oh.
So thoda jaldi, I know dates sabki saath mein milna mushkil hai, but just hurry up.
Disney Plus Hotstar, please try.
Yeah, yeah,
हमने नहीं
guys.
बोला.
People are
I'm
ready
saying,
with,
people,
are
the audience, the
demanding it.
critics are saying, so you all have
they are
to
ready
do
to
it.
celebrate with mehendi and all.
Yeah, see, I'm here. But on that note, thank you so much for joining in. It was a pleasure chatting with the three
Thank
of
you.
you.
Likewise. Thank you.
Hi, this is Abhay Mahajan.
Hello, I'm so cool, Sonali Kulkarni.
Hi, this is Shweta Basu Prasad and you're watching us on Free Press Journal.
FPJ.